Welcome, ninth graders, to your Community Project Supervisor meeting number 2. If you're working with a group, please make sure you're sitting by your group members. For today's Community Project Supervisor meeting, we're going to focus on investigating, but especially on planning. So today's plan, you are going to have a check-in with your supervisor. You are going to be completing project plans number 1 and hopefully number 2, and then you'll finish with another check-in with your supervisor. So first we're going to double check, do you have a shared Google folder? Supervisors, this was part of the first supervisor meeting. So if you have anybody in the room who does not have a shared Google folder, who did not complete these last time, then please pause the video and make sure that everybody is set up. You can read these instructions and get that folder set up. Also, make sure that you have a project journal overview downloaded. Information on how to do that is in the Canvas course. So if anybody needs to download the project journal overview, the process journal, make sure you do that. So the link to that process journal is right here. It's time to move into project planning. Hopefully you talked to your group this week or you came before with an idea. If you don't have an idea, there will be a little time for you to work on that. That's the most important part. But our goal today is to make sure that we're moving into that planning phase. We are right here at the second supervisor meeting. You see where it might feel like we're halfway through, but not really. We've started thinking, investigating last meeting. Now we're going to start to plan, but things should hopefully be taking shape and actions should start happening next month. So, meeting 3 will be next month, and then you'll have an opportunity to take action following that. We are going to be working in some work time for you too during the flex sessions, one after this meeting, one after the next meeting, and especially before you have your final presentations due, which will be on April 28th when you're going to be presenting your community project to other students. So, some of the action that you might want to take could happen on the Community Project Action Night, which will be April 13th. There are lots of times when students want to do something to raise awareness or to raise funds, kind of point people to the direction where they can donate, or to do some research around a topic. And that Community Project Action Night is a great way to do that. We'll have one night when you can sign up for space either in a gym, in the flex space. We've had some students who found that the hall was the best space. But if you have a project where you're going to have people creating things, where you're going to have some type of tournament or something where you're raising awareness about something, or if you are having something where a movie night where people can bring canned goods in order to enter the movie and get some information about ICA or something like that, then you'll have that opportunity to sign up for space on our action night on April 13th. So your group can choose to reserve a classroom, a gym space, part of the flex space for that project night. You must have a plan for that time, and you must make a clear connection to the community project. So there's a form for you to fill out. It is not due today, but I do want to tell you about it today so you can start thinking about it because those are due on March 17th. In order to reserve a space, you really have to have an idea of what you're going to do and an idea for your community project. So, part of your planning today could involve reserving that space. So, there is a way for you to access that here, but it's also in the Canvas page. So, you can open it now if you'd like, or you can get it in the Canvas page later. These are some of the community partners that you might think about if you're still looking for ideas. ICA, of course, is a great organization located within our school and other parts of our community. My Health is a wonderful organization. Sojourner, the Minnehaha Creek Watershed District, Hopkins Community Education, and PRISM are all organizations that we've worked with in numerous ways. So if you are looking for an idea, consider working with some of our great community partners. So today you are going to be accessing the page in Canvas, and you should have been signed up to the Canvas page. Hopefully somebody in your group is signed up, even if you are not. But you want to go to this part called Step 1, Investigating. Should be fairly close to the top of the page. And you'll notice that there are parts of the page that have green checks and say must do. So that's something that you are going to do and that you will be submitting. So if you want to have one person create one of these for your group, and you're going to add it to your shared folder. And there are different parts in there where you're going to see must do, should do, and aspire to do. Really focus on those must do parts. And then if you feel like, hey, we're doing really well on this, we can go even deeper or further, then you can look at those other parts as well. So that must do is the place that you're really looking for. If you are still thinking about, you know what, we haven't come up with a concrete idea, then down on the bottom of this investigating module, you'll see investigating resources. And here is where you're going to see lots of ideas for project ideas, our community partners and presenters, and local service organizations. So if you're still feeling stuck, click on these to get some ideas of projects that you could do. A lot of times, looking at examples can really spur some inspiration. Then after you do that, you're going to go into the step 2 planning. So hopefully you'll be able to finish that project plan number 1 today and get started on project plan number 2. That, you'll notice, is a must do as well. So this is where in step 2 planning, you're going to create one of these documents. It'll force you to make a copy for your group and add it to your shared folder, and do at least the must do at the minimum. Like in the other one, there will be must do, should do, and aspire to do. Make sure you're focusing at least on the must do. And if your group would like to reserve a gym or classroom space for your community project action on April 13th, that's due on March 17th. So that's that form that you can request. So supervisors, you'll want to pause here and make sure that students know how to get into the project plan 1 and project plan 2. Okay, so once you have those, supervisors, you're going to spend some time working on projects plans 1 and 2 and explore the community project Canvas page. As you are working, your supervisors will go around and you need to share with them, what's your current project idea? What's the next thing that you need to do to keep your project moving forward? Who do you need to talk to or coordinate it with? And questions that you have. So supervisors, you can pause this, keep it on the screen as you go around the room and help out your groups. Finally, before you go, what are you or your group's goals to complete before your next supervisor meeting? Take a few minutes to discuss that, whether it's in a large group or a small group, and check in with your supervisor. If you have any questions, make sure you talk to your supervisor, or you can email Mrs. Poncelet. Thanks.